It's June 1st, and it is also the first day of the vlog. And yeah, June is like the rest of 2020, not great, but I'm hopeful things can get better. If you are paying any attention to anything, you'll know about everything that's going on with the protests across the States and Canada and like other countries as well. I've heard of Japan and all over the place, people protesting police brutality and police violence against Black people. And so that's been occupying a lot of my thought space. I'm sure for obvious reasons. I'm a Black person, if that wasn't obvious enough for you. So yeah, that's occupying some headspace, and I'm really thankful for all the people that have checked in on me or who have supported by, posting on their social media that Black Lives Matter and they support the protesters and support us and that sort of thing. I've been really thankful for people lending their voices to that. It is one of those situations where it's really important to speak up, because if you don't speak up, then people don't think you care, and it gives the system an excuse to act like we don't matter. And so that's kind of like the importance of speaking up as an ally and a non-Black person. So that's been occupying a lot of my headspace. And then I had a couple days where I wasn't feeling particularly great. And then one of those days, I struggled with my iCloud thing. I've been having since it's almost coming up to a year of me being on Authortube, and since the beginning I decided I was going to use iCloud as kind of my storage and backup system, to be subsequently told that iCloud is not supposed to be a backup system. It's just to share your photos. And I'm like, you guys really push it as a backup system anyway. And so I've been paying for that for however long, and now it's just completely kaput. It's causing me so many issues. I'll be editing a video, and in the process of editing a video, it's offloaded one of my video files to iCloud, which someone on Apple told me isn't a thing. And I was like, then why is it happening? So anyway, that's something that's been happening on a regular basis. What was I going to talk about? What am I doing this month with my time? So I got my line edits back from my editor, so I'm going to be working on those. Originally, I was like, I think I can draft the sequel and do my line edits at the same time. And then I was just thinking about it and thinking about line edits and getting stuff done and getting stuff done by my deadline. And I was like, no, this was incorrect. I am not going to do that. I think if I have some days, I'm going to try and do my line edits in the morning. So if I have some days where I did my line edits in the morning and there's some sort of writing sprint happening in the evening and I feel up to it, then of course I'll jump on and I'll do sequel drafting. But honestly, I'm not gonna push it, because I think the motto of this whole COVID time has been, for me at least, has been stop trying to be hyper productive all the time, because you can't do it and it just stresses you out. So that's kind of the plan for this entire month, is working on my line edits. So there's basically kind of 3-ish things I have to do for my line edits. So obviously all my editor's inline notes I have to fix. I have my sensitivity reader notes. I have to incorporate all of that into my document and make all those changes. And then I also came up with some changes as well, some things that I had thought about that I needed to add on that I hadn't. And so that's kind of something else I have to do. So those little points. I also realized I was spelling a dish, a Trinidadian dish. People spell stuff different all over the place. But anyway, I was spelling it wrong. So I have to fix that. And that's pretty much it. So I've kind of divided that into doing those larger changes. There was one larger note of clarification that my editor pointed out. So those larger changes I'm going to tackle today and tomorrow. And then every day after that, I'm just going to go chapter by chapter. I'm going to try and do, I think, 3 to 4 chapters a day. of my line edits and just go through doing that until I'm done. According to my schedule, I should actually be done on the 13th of June. My deadline is the 21st, so I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, she's probably like, leave me alone. I was sleeping. Leave me to do my own thing. Anyway, I thought I'd do a bit of an update. Things that are going on now. So YouTube wise, I filmed 2 more videos. So I filmed one in conversation video, and then I also filmed another video that I'm keeping secret. But I filmed both of those and I can't edit anything. I have a vlog, like last month's vlog, that I still have to like get edited and stuff because I'm waiting on my external hard drive to come. It's supposed to come tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm waiting on it to come so that I can do my videos because my iCloud stuff is so messed up. And I can't really edit anything until I get that external. So that's wonderful. I'm just kind of waiting for that. It is cold outside. I was the one who decided to come up north. So that's my punishment. Apparently it's cold outside. And then when it was warm outside, it was too hot. And so then I couldn't even like chill outside. Oh, the weather. But it's at least sunny today, which is good because the last couple days it's been really like cloudy. And then my desire to do work decreases significantly, so that's painful. I finished reading The Book of Negroes, which was really good. It's by Lawrence Hill. I actually want to watch the miniseries, but my attention span is all over the place, and my friend sent me the 10-hour uncut 90 Day Fiancé tell-all, and I do really want to watch that, so I don't know how I'm gonna split my attention. But I finished the book. It was really good. I learned a lot of history, which was really important to me. It's like about slavery, but it also talks about like how things went in Canada as well, specifically. So in Canada, basically if you fought for the British against the Americans during like that, I feel like I don't want to get the war wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the American Revolutionary War. But essentially, if you fought for the British, then they promised to give those black people land. So it was in one of the places was Trinidad. My family were actually black loyalists, and they went to Trinidad. They got land in Trinidad. But in the book, they're talking about the ones that went to Nova Scotia, and the ones that went to Nova Scotia, interestingly, had their names noted down in the Book of Negroes, which is like pretty significant because there's not a lot of paper documents for Black people in that time. A lot of that wasn't really noted down for us to take a look back at, and so that's kind of one of those records where like people can look up their ancestors and stuff, and that's really exciting. I'm still trying to look into my own family to see if there were any records about the loyalists that went to Trinidad so that I could like see if my family's there. My family, like everyone that has my last name is related, and so like all the Samburys in Trinidad, like where the British gave us land, they still live there. So probably if I went over, I could learn some stuff as well, which I hope to do that one day. But yeah, but this was about going to Nova Scotia, and then like the conditions were really bad, and the British promised to give them a bunch of stuff that they didn't give them, like land and like equality, and that didn't happen in Nova Scotia. So a bunch of them went to Sierra Leone. So the British agreed to bring them to Sierra Leone to like set up colonies and stuff there. So it was really cool to read all about that. I'm more interested in those histories now. Like in history in school, I never liked, and I think now when I look back at it, I didn't like it because it didn't include me. If Black people came up in history, it was just to say that it was just like a little footnote to say they were slaves. And during Black History Month, especially in Canada, it was basically like celebrate how we weren't like the States. But then nobody ever talked about the fact that Canada also had slavery. So that was its own thing. But I've become a lot more interested in history, but it was cool to like read it as part of a novelization and like a historical account. And it's cool because at the end, the author talks about all the things he made fictionalized and all the things that were like actual historical events so that you could pick that apart, which was really cool. Writing wise, I have started my line edits, the actual line edits. Before I was just doing like some bits and pieces notes I had to put in. There's still one thing I have to clear up that's larger, but it kind of makes more sense to do it while I'm reading through those chapters than to try and do it like completely out of context. So that's my plan. But I've started the actual inline edits and they're very doable. I was a little bit scared, but a lot of it has really just been like accepting changes that my editor put in. Like she did track changes and it's just been going in and being like, sure, accept change. Or she'll kind of ask a question and it's really just me putting in like one clarifying line or like one little timeline thing I had to switch up. So it's all been very doable so far. And so that's been pretty good. I still have only been working on that. I haven't been trying to work on other projects at the same time. I pretty much can just like do one thing right now. So that's my one thing that I'm doing, working on my line edits. And then otherwise, a bunch of authors have been offering to help out other Black authors that are debuting. So that's been really, really helpful. Deborah, oh my gosh, Fale. Deborah has a book coming out in 2021, Blood Scion. I'm going to link all her stuff there, but she helped organize that for us. And I really appreciated that. That's the kind of really nice thing about the writing community. People try and organize that stuff to help you out. So that's been really good. I've been able to chat with, and I'll have more chats with some experienced authors to kind of give tips and help out with the sorts of things we can do for a debut year and like marketing and all that sort of stuff. So I'm really excited to learn about all that and be able to implement that in my own debut year. And that's really all that's been happening pretty much. She doesn't care. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's a better angle. So an update. Today, I'll basically be halfway through my line edits, which is exciting. Line edits, the experience of line edits. So first, let me explain. I probably should have done this at the very beginning of this vlog, but I didn't, and I'm sorry, so I'm doing it now. But line edits are essentially when your editor goes through your manuscript and they make specific edits on like a very line level. I'm sorry, that is the worst explanation. But essentially what that means is like for my editor, she's like adding commas in places where I should have added commas. And like sometimes I wrote my manuscript in American spelling, but some things I just didn't know, like the whole gray thing I missed. And so she was correcting all of those and like finding ways to reword sentences to make them less awkward or make them flow better, making suggestions for deleting certain sections that aren't adding to the book, or making note of lines that don't make sense, like why is this person saying this when they said this above, and that sort of thing. So it's like pretty like fairly nitpicky. It's fairly small. I only have one sort of larger edit to do and it's still small. Like it shouldn't actually change the words that much. It's just me kind of clarifying sentences to make the character's internal struggle a little bit more clear. And so that's basically what line edits are. And so for me, because I had gotten sensitivity reader feedback, I was also incorporating that into this edit, which I've done now. One of my sensitivity readers, the guy that read for Luke, I actually ended up following up on with him because there were some things that he had suggested adding. Like, for example, I hadn't really talked about how in this future, with this future's technology, how transitioning would work. And I hadn't really discussed whether in this timeline trans people are safe and feel safe. And so I had written in some stuff for that. And then I had written in this like new explanation of how transitioning in the future works, of course, without like talking explicitly about my characters' bodies, because that's like very invasive, I find, and he also agreed that that would be invasive. So I basically sent that back to him so that I could check to make sure the explanation I came up with like felt accurate and felt real. I did do some research on like actual studies of how transitioning could work in the future using things like genetics and genetic trials and that sort of thing. And so it is like low-key based in real science, which is really good. I really tried to kind of make that happen so it would be a little bit more authentic. My arm is getting tired. So then I checked in on that with him, so that was all good. So I finished making those edits like yesterday. So that was, I'm really pleased about that. And so now I'm like almost halfway through. I'm doing chapters 16 to 18 today. The whole manuscript has 35 chapters. I'm so happy for the even number. But so I'm getting halfway through. Anyway, the point I was gonna make was the thing about line edits is that they're not hard fixes. Like, these are simple things. Like, at most, I've gone in and I've added like a couple paragraphs at most. I haven't had to change anything structurally. In some cases, I've had to jump through several chapters to add in a couple lines and to make something more consistent so something could be explained. But most of the time, I'm just like selecting huge swaths of text that my editor has made changes to and being like, accept changes. Perfect. I looked over it. It looks great. You are right on the money. Go for it. And so that's been a lot of it. But for some reason, it's like so tiring. Like, I thought I definitely could never have worked on 2 projects at once doing these line edits. But yeah, it just feels really tiring to me. I'm like, oh my God, I got to do line edits today. And I'm only doing 3 chapters at a time. But I'm still like I have to drag myself to sit down and get it done. And I don't know if it's because it's like nitpicky edits at this point or like what it is, but like it's very draining. Doing this because I just babbled on and on the last time I did it. What did I say in the last clip? I had a dream and Adam Driver was there. It was not that sort of dream. He was like a student advisor. I was back in school, but I had no idea what I was doing, which is not something I would do because I do not have that cash flow. But anyway, things I've done this week. So yesterday, 2 things I did yesterday. Well, I did more than 2 things yesterday, but like 2 larger things that went on yesterday. Laura from Laura Writes does a craft book club. It took me a while to put that together in my mind, but she does that. Is it like on a monthly basis? Pretty much on like a monthly basis. And so she was doing that yesterday with Kevin from Kevlandia and Alexa Dunn. And so I tuned into that and that was like a lot of fun. And the bigger thing I did yesterday, I handed in my line edits. Don't get too excited. I'm not done. So I did all of my line edits except there were 18 comments from my editor that I had responses to that I needed like feedback from. Oh my gosh, something's in my eye. Anyway, there were like 18 comments I needed feedback from, and so I sent those to her to basically be like, okay, I'm done, but these ones I need comments back from you, and once she gets back to me on those, then I'll have to finish the line edits. I did add in some larger sections in response to some of her comments, and I made note of all of them, so I'm not sure if she'll read through those and she'll do more line edits on them, or if like she'll just pass them on to the copy editor if she's like pretty much satisfied with them. I guess we'll see what happens at that point, and then at some point I will do a video about line edits. Oh my gosh, this thing in my eye. My friends make fun of me because they're like, you get stuff in your eyes all the time because they're giant. So anyway, I did that, and tonight Jessica Williamson and Lindsay Puckett are, Jessica Williamson is hosting a live write-in and Lindsay Puckett is co-hosting with her. And so even though I'm done my line edits, I don't want to jump into my sequel right now because I'm tired, but I do want to organize my revision notes for my horror. That's something that I still haven't finished doing, that I do want to get done, so that, you know, when I have time to edit my horror, I can have all my notes ready to go and I'm just like getting it done. So that's kind of my plan with that, and so that's what I'll do tonight. I don't know that I'm gonna paint or anything. I feel kind of lazy. I've just been watching like studio vlogs of people like doing their own sticker businesses and stuff. I'm not planning to start a sticker business, but I wanted to have my iPad Pro so that I could go about the business of like designing stuff and like drawing and like learning and doing all of that, and it still hasn't come. And I know it's not a COVID shipping thing because my Apple Pencil and my case came like 2 weeks ago, and I'm still somehow waiting for the iPad. I don't know, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, and I know it is the most first world problem. Like, oh my god, I like hate waiting for my expensive electronic thing, but like I'm at home. I'm unemployed. I'm still working on that job thing. I actually have a call with a recruiter tomorrow, but I'm still working on that. And so I'm like, doing art and stuff has been a really nice self-care for me and some solace for me because I can't pay attention to TV shows for whatever reason. And so I was really banking on that. And so it's really painful that it's not here yet. But anyway, that's kind of a plan for the rest of June until I hear back from my editor and could do more line edits. I'm basically gonna like chill on the sequel until I'm like firmly done line edits, because I don't like being in between, and quite honestly I still don't have a deadline for the sequel, and all the people that have October deadlines for the sequel are like really early releases, and so I'm not rushing on it. So I'm just gonna do simple stuff that doesn't take up too much of my bandwidth. And that's me today. Remember when I said it was probably going to take a little bit for those line edits to come back to me, so I was going to have to work on something different tonight? Well, my editor was like, you thought, because she's already responded to all of the comments, and we chatted a bit more about two more lengthy comments already, and so I'm right back on line edits again. So I basically had a brief, just Sunday. Basically Sunday is the only day. Sunday? No, I did do stuff on Sunday. So I'm just right back to line edits. And that's fine. That's good for me. My deadline remains the 21st, I assume. But I think I should be done before then, because this was 18 comments to go through and my whole document had like 400 or something. So I imagine it's not going to take me that long to finish up, maybe like the next couple days or something like that. So I'll see how much I get done during this stream. I'm not going to like be hardcore like, oh, you have to do this many or whatever. I'm just going to go through and see how much I get done, and then use that to kind of set the pacing. But I feel like I'll probably be done before the weekend. So my deadline is Sunday, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done before that. So yeah, line edits are done. The hellscape that was my life is over. It was a little over 2 weeks, but it felt like a lot longer. Anyway, so my editor let me know that whatever other comments she had on line edits, we could just batch that into copy edits. So she would just send that in the document that she sends to the copy editor, and I'll just do those in copy edits all together. So I am done with line edits as far as anyone is concerned. It was really painful. It was the most painful part of the process.
was, but it did make a lot of things better. My editor was awesome about catching so many things, like the amount of stuff that she is holding in her head about so many different books and still managed to remember all these details about my own book that I don't even remember. It is mind-blowing. I was like, wow, this is why you're an editor and I am not. Because there were so many like little inconsistency things that she was picking out that were really great. I am going to make a more specific video about line edits and as part of my debut diaries series, because I realized I didn't do anything for debut diaries in June, but I didn't have anything else going on. So anyway, I'm going to do that for line edits and for copy edits. So I'll have those videos coming out later. And so today I'm just going to chill. I don't know that I feel like painting. I kind of just want to lay around and like eat and stuff. So I don't know, I'm gonna do something with my time.
Updates. So this is only like one day later. I feel like I'm doing so many updates. But I sent off my line edits to my editor and she did get back to me. We have a tentative release date, but I can't say it because we're not 100% on it. And about my cover, they don't have anything to show me, but that's because they started with a cover idea and then they didn't end up going with that design and it got scrapped, and now they're getting another one together. So that's basically why I haven't seen anything, and my editor said she'll update me when she has more stuff to say about that. But something I can tell you more productively is my imprint has changed for my debut. So Blood Like Magic was originally coming out from Simon Pulse, which is an imprint of Simon & Schuster. Simon Pulse, the imprint, has since then been dissolved. Everything's okay. Everything on my end is exactly the same. It's just now I'm with a new imprint. So now I'm going to be published with Margaret K. McElderry, or McElderry. I've heard some very different pronunciations. I've been saying Margaret K. McElderry, but I think it's actually McElderry. Anyway, I will figure that out, how to say that properly at some point, because otherwise I'm going to be embarrassing myself when, you know, I'm off talking about my book and I'm trying to say the imprint name and I'm saying it completely wrong. So I will learn how to do that at some point. And so that's basically it. iPad update. UPS doesn't know where it is. Anyway. So today, I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I think I thought I was gonna maybe work on my horror today, but I don't really feel like doing anything. Tomorrow there's a live stream, and then the day after, no, Sunday I'm doing a live stream with author Angela Ann, and so I'll just work on the horror on those days, and then next week I'll jump right back into drafting my sequel. So that's my plan. What finally came. My iPad finally came. I'm so excited. I've been using it the whole afternoon, and even though I'm still like
going through struggles with my iCloud. Now that the iPad is here, I'm not even upset about it. I've been drawing. I made my first like drawn animated GIF to celebrate my book. I'll put it over here so you can see it. I posted it on Twitter, and now I feel like everything is opened up, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm super, super excited about all the things I'm gonna be able to kind of do now that I have this. There's like all sorts of like goodies and like merch and stuff that I wanted. I guess not merch, what would I call it? I don't know. Swag, digital and physical swag that I really wanted to make for when my book comes out, and I really needed the iPad to do it, and now I have it, so that's really, really exciting, and I'm so happy. So I ordered some stickers because I've been watching all these like studio vlogs and sticker vlogs, and I wanted to get some stickers, so I got some from a Canadian creator. This is what the mail looks like. It's so cute. They've got like this cute like, hold on, oh, there we go. They got this cute like do not bend and all these other cute little stickers on it. And then one on the back. It did get a little ripped up, but it's still like very cute. And so this is, I can't remember the name of their shop, but I'll put it up here somewhere. But they are like, they do stickers and they're from Canada, which I always specifically look for when I'm on Etsy, partially because I want to support Canadian like artists and creators, and partially because the shipping for the US ones is always so wild. And so I got these ones. Watch me struggle to open it. I honestly can't even remember what I bought. I didn't buy it that long ago, so it actually came really fast. So cute. Super cute. They have this little like thank you tag. And so I'm gonna untie this little string. This is why I wanted to get stickers, because I knew it would be so cute. I knew everything would be so cute. So there's that guy. There we go. Oh, so the shop is called Tossed Leaf, and that's the other side of it. So that's the shop. It's a Tossed Leaf Co. And that's the super cute card. It's so cute. And so I got this sticker set. And so in that, I'm gonna shake it up a bit. This backing card is so cute too. Like, it's like a gachapon sort of thing. So like, they're terrariums, but they're like gachapon style, which if you don't know is like in Japan, I'm probably saying it wrong, but in Japan they have all these machines where you can like put in your money and you get these little toys, and it's all randomized. And so they've done it, but like with little terrarium stuff. And so the backing card is like a gachapon machine, which is super creative and really cute. People are so creative. This is why like people, I'm like drawing stuff and people are like, when are you gonna start an Etsy shop? And I'm like, I don't have time to do all of that. And I'm not that creative. But I really like creating like little one-off stuff, and I love watching the studio vlogs where they do all that stuff. What did I also get? Oh, this is like a little freebie. So there's a card to say thank you for buying, and it's like handwritten. It says, "Thank you so much for your order. You are supporting my passion for arts and crafts. I hope you will enjoy your new card and stickers as much as I love making them. Stay well and safe. P.S. I added a blue sticker sheet too." Ooh, I got an extra sticker sheet. And then she put a little tiny sticker. Look at how small it is. And this print, like this thank you card, like this is a cool print in and of itself. It's super cute. Okay. And so this is the tissue paper. And like, I can definitely tell that they like
drew this themselves. Like all the marker is really fresh. Like it's not printed on here. Like they drew this, which is super like cool and wild. And now I have to rip it. I know some people are like very precious with pretty packaging and like wrapping and stuff like that, and I've never been one of those people. I'm sorry. So cool. So these are all the sticker sheets I got. Hold on. I gotta figure out how to open this. Oh god, this is childproof. Okay, I'm getting it. When was the last time I did an unboxing on camera? I feel like it was back during NaNoWriMo. I unboxed a bunch of ColourPop stuff, and I think that's the last time I've done an unboxing. With the exception of, and then before that was like the NaNoWriMo Survival Kit unboxing. Okay. Okay. This is the extra blue card. So it's like their thank you card, but they gave me one that was like laminated and stuff, so I have an even nicer version of it, which is so nice. These are the sticker sheets I actually bought. They might have given, oh, they also gave me an extra sticker sheet, so I bought these two sticker sheets. So this like Pantone green one, and then this Pantone red one. And so they said they threw in the Pantone blue one for me. So I actually only paid for these two, and then I paid for, oh god, I'm losing stuff already, these stickers. And then I also got this little postcard print because I thought it was super cute. Eventually, when I have like a permanent studio writing space again, I wanted to have all these little like artwork things to stick up, and the stickers I just wanted them for no true reason. I just wanted them, and I think I might start like sticking stickers on my MacBook, which I was previously a MacBook purist and I refused to stick anything on it, but now I kind of want to. So anyway, that's everything I got. It's so cute. Hello, I decided to end the vlog here on my no eyebrows day, of course. So it's Friday? Yes, it's Friday. So since from Monday to Thursday, I've worked on both my horror revisions and my sequel drafting at the same time. And it has been like, I don't want to say like easy, but like very easy going. I thought it would be like, I'd feel so strained in it. I'd be like, I knew I couldn't do this. But it's actually been really good. So what I do is in the morning, I work on, well, it's like a little bit flexible, but like in the morning / afternoon, I work on one project, and then in the evening, I work on the other project. And so then I have a break of time in between of like 5 hours or something where I can do whatever I want. And that's really like enough time for me. I've really been organizing it around writing sprints right now that are happening on YouTube, especially because Camp Nano time is coming up. So there's way more. So I can basically hit one every day. So on whatever writing stream there is, I'll work on my sequel then, because drafting is what I need the most motivation to do because it's the most work. And then in whatever other period of time in the day, that's when I'll work on my revisions. And because the revisions, I wrote out so many revisions, it's like a lot of notes, but the changes themselves so far aren't actually that big. And so it's been really simple for me to like weave them in. And I love my horror so much. I really, really like it. I think it's just so different it's not different of a writing style. Like it's still obviously my writing style, but it's a little bit more artistic, I would want to say. The mystery and the creepiness, like it's a lot more atmospheric. I think in my debut, a lot of what there's not really a vibe, but my voice is like, I think, quite strong. So there's a really distinct voice that carries you through. And in my horror, I feel like there's a distinct voice, but there's also an atmosphere. There's also like
especially now that I'm doing these revisions, not so much in my last version, but as I'm doing these revisions, I feel like there's a lot more of a creepy, unsettling, what is going on here vibe, and I'm really loving it. And so I'm so happy that I'm working on both projects at once. Let me try my trick. There we go. That's my trick for my weak arms. But I'm really enjoying working on it, and what's exciting about working about both projects is that it's only going to take me probably like 3 weeks to do revisions on my horror, whereas I'm going to be drafting my sequel for like 50 days, so like nearly 2 months. So in that time period, I'll be done working on my horror. I can send that to my agent, continue drafting my sequel, and then by the time I'm finished drafting my sequel, should be right in time for me to get my revisions back for my horror. Then I can do those revisions. That'll give me distance from the sequel, and then I can start polishing the sequel, and I'm like on track to, at the very least, like have a polished version of my sequel in like September, something like that, when I still don't have a deadline. So I'm really excited about kind of being ahead, because I'm also having some like other ideas that I'll talk about later about what I want to work on next. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm really happy about all those developments. I'll use my arm strength for this farewell. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end of my June vlog. I'm just gonna end the vlog here. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me already, please subscribe below. I do writing vlogs monthly. I talk about my experiences as a soon-to-be traditionally published author and all of that. And yeah, if you comment, if you have any comments. I can't think of a comment prompt. Oh, I do have a comment prompt. What did you do in June? Like, what's an accomplishment that you made in June that you're really proud of? It doesn't even have to be writing related. So like, share your accomplishments in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.